The Listening Ant. In a land of golden sand and towering palm trees lived a little ant named Zayna. She was the busiest ant in her whole colony, always carrying crumbs twice her size and marching with a very important wiggle. "I am the fastest. I am the strongest," she would buzz to herself. One day, as she hurried to the anthill, her friend buzzed, "Zayna, slow down. There's a great caravan coming." But Zayna just wiggled her antennae and kept going. "I have no time for chatter," she buzzed back, her crumb jiggling. A low rumble began to shake the earth. It was a sound so deep it tickled her little legs. "What's that?" she wondered. But then she shook her head. Probably just the wind, she decided, and kept on marching. Suddenly, a shadow fell over the whole colony. The rumble grew into a roar. Zayna looked up, and her tiny eyes grew wide. A giant foot, bigger than 100 anthills, was coming right toward her. It was the army of the wise king. Panic filled her little heart. She had to warn everyone. "Run, everyone, run!" she shrieked, her voice a tiny squeak. "The army is coming. Get to safety." High above, the wise king, who could understand the language of all creatures, heard Zayna's tiny voice. He smiled and held up his hand. "Stop," he commanded his army. "Do not harm the ants." The giant foot stopped just inches from the anthill. A great silence fell over the land. The ants, who had been running in fear, now looked up in wonder. They were safe. Zayna looked at her friends, and then at the kind king who had saved them. She realized that her pride had almost led to disaster. If she had listened to her friends, she would have known to be careful. And if the king hadn't listened to her tiny voice, they would have been crushed. The wise king smiled down at the ants. "The smallest voice can hold the greatest wisdom," he said. "Listen to each other, and you will find your way." From that day on, Zayna was still the busiest ant in the colony, but she was also the best listener. She knew that every voice, no matter how small, had a story to tell and a lesson to share.
Serene for kids.